Again, we were talking, they pride themselves on that aggressive defense, almost 12 steals a game last year. Lob into Sonano, goes up. She scores.
Of course, yeah, it's definitely not dirty, and what they're doing is just being real physical. But Caitlin Clark's different.
Clark hits Iowa's first three. Gives it to Clark. Heat check. Got it.
Wow. Clark just woke everyone in here up with that shot.
6 in a row for Caitlin Clark on 2 trips. Martin dribbles to the top. Stelkey checked in. Sonano. Clark, deep three.
Wow.
Count it.
Smart decision to not put a heavy press on early. You don't want Caitlin Clark to get in a groove of picking apart your defense to start.
Lob into Sonano. Goes up, scores.
Came off of that same pass where there was a help defender and they stole it. So definitely got to watch out.
Clark, long three. Count it. Caitlin Clark, 5 quick points. 7-2 Hawkeyes lead. Caitlin Clark, pick at the top of the key. She's got a free run at the layup. And she makes it. Davis, quick handoff to Clark. Maya Clark on her, off the glass, rolls it in. So she can shoot it. Clark fakes the pull, fade away, count it. Tied at 14. Bruins retake the lead. Clark to the hoop. Bartley steps in late, gets the foul.
Attack and get to the paint. Bartley comes in late, a little too aggressive. And Caitlin Clark there, one of the best finishers around the rim.
Sonano, big battle on the block with Bartley. Clark, fadeaway three. Oh my goodness. Steal, Clark on the push.
That's a pull-up.
You know it's going up. She got it.
Heat check, and she makes it. Clark is too nasty.
Sonano from 15 misses. McKenna Warnock, great rebound. Caitlin Clark, pull up three. Look out.
Wow. She's unstoppable.
Now in the starting lineup. Clark, all she needs is about a millimeter of space and a step back. She knows the defender's going to be chasing, uses the shot fake, and here just creating space. Has not gotten a shot off, does have 5 rebounds. Sonano and Clark combining for half of Iowa's scoring, and that is another. Clark with the pick. I don't think you can go underneath that double screen with Diamond Johnson. She lives for these moments, as does Caitlin Clark on the other end.
Caitlin Clark now facing some pressure from Wilkie and Pospisilova, but oh my goodness, look at Caitlin Clark. Outmaneuver 2 players on the Badgers faithful. Cole Center, a lot of different players getting involved. Look at the speed from Caitlin Clark, just bodying her. And that one goes off the rim, rebounded by Wilkie. Shot is up. That one goes off the rim too, rebounded by Caitlin Clark. And here come the Hawkeyes. Clark with her first 3-point shot of the game, and it is made. Absolutely. Take a look at this. So Caitlin Clark, as I mentioned, got her own board, just hustles up the court, scans everyone, notices she's outnumbered, so just decides, you know what? Marshall trying to figure out what she's going to do. Passes it to Stulkey, back to Clark. Clark with a shot from the logo, and it is made. Caitlin Clark, it's unreal, Max. It really is. 2 for 3 from behind the arc. Of the 25 points for Iowa, 23 of them are by just 2 players. Yeah, absolutely. Warnock has really impressed so far this game. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can see the strategy coming out in the second half, though, for Wisconsin. Get the ball down low in the paint. Try to use a little bit of your size advantage with your forwards. So Caitlin Clark with that layup.
Clark, the pick, the roll. Sonano with a couple of buckets early. It's hard to play without her having the ball in her hands also while she's out there. There she is, the step back, a little Doncic-like, and Caitlin Clark finally hits her first basket of the night. And they're doing it with the 3-ball. Clark tries to respond and does. You can support as well by visiting v.org/Stewart. 100% of those donations goes to research, and there's Caitlin Clark out of the timeout for the lead for Iowa. Their tendency on out-of-bounds plays is for Caitlin to get it right back, and then watch the screen right here after the post entry.
Best in field goal percentage in the country, so efficient, so effective. The fact that she now has her second foul, that is bad news for Minnesota.
Caitlin Clark going to the free throw line for one.
Clark recognizing the situation. How about the answer by Minnesota? They get down early, but they've made some good mid-range shots to keep themselves in it here.
Sonano and one, splitting defenders and the finish.
They'll put the ball on the floor and they'll attack, and they will find open teammates. They throw it away there, but they've got that attack mentality.
Minnesota trying to thread the needle. Clark in rhythm. Yes.
So good in transition. Davis feeding ahead. The spot up. You got to get a hand up if Caitlin Clark catches the ball on the wing.
Gabby Marshall setting up this half-court offense for the Hawkeyes. Clark patient in the paint, the reverse and one.
To be there as Caitlin Clark went on the backdoor cut and just.
Clark, step back three. Rattles it home. Hawks needed that one. Hawks will probably look for a quick 2-for-1 here. Marshall for three. Got it, Gabby Marshall.
They're just trying to go player up on Caitlin Clark and just live with what they can everywhere else.
Sonano, quick spin to the left hand, beats Wolf. Stokey, good back cut there. Finishes that one on the pass from Clark. Air ball, Clark gets the rebound. Oh, what a bounce from Clark to Warnock. She saw that coming, she had it all set up. Lobs into Sonano, back out to Martin. Thought about the three, gave it back to Clark. Clark will take the three, got it.
Like they're broken every single time she touches the court. This one, another one.
Misses, rebound goes to Clark. Clark pushes it up. Draws the contact, gets the bucket.
Clark just hit her with about 6 different moves. Gave her a combo piece, biscuit on the side.
Gives it to Stokey. Martin, back to Clark for three. Give her 20.
Yeah, I mean, I could have told you that one was going in.
Taking it away is Martin. So crafty defensively, and then back from Clark for two. The All-American as the clock ticks down to 5. Beautiful give and go, and a 3 to ignite this crowd.
Carver Hawkeye Arena just takes your time, steps into the defender, creates the space. The Hawkeyes up by 8.
Team that's 10-2 this season. Got off to the best non-conference record since Katie Gerald's freshman year. And there's Caitlin Clark with her second 3 tonight.
But back on the offensive end, the quick skip pass. You have to extend because Caitlin Clark can go any direction on you at any time.
Martin into the paint. A lot of black jerseys. That leaves open Caitlin Clark, and she drills the 3.
You have to work to be successful in this league.
They're going to have to work to guard Caitlin Clark in that beautiful pick and roll game early on.
But now she's taking that next step by looking to score more.
That's a really fun matchup between her and Sonano today. Caitlin Clark behind the screen drills a 3.
It's a great way to put it, deceptively fast. You cannot get caught behind Iowa assistant coach Jan Jensen, and has just loved Iowa her whole life.
Oh, what a tough drive from Caitlin Clark. Just adding on to that everlasting highlight reel of hers.
So Clark reading the defense, comes around, finishes a little away from the basket, so she avoids getting blocked. Almost lost it, but yet, she got into the basket. I don't know how she did that.
Just brilliant basketball today at the opposite end. Clark, a quick answer.
Ophelia started out on Caitlin Clark. There's a switch there, so Maddie Nolan on the block as Clark crosses her over, takes it high off the glass, score the bucket. We're tied at 2. Well, Iowa really looking to get that switch and get Layla Ophelia off of Caitlin Clark, and she just goes to work right here. All eyes have to be on. Marshall to stop it with 2.3 seconds left.
Well, you know she likes that left step back. She doesn't need a lot of time or a lot of space. And Caitlin Clark just nails it. And that's a good contest. That's just a heck of a shot.
Good contest, better shot.
Better shot.
McKenna Warnock coming down with it. That was a heck of a rebound.
That was a heck of a rebound.
Almost all one-handed. Caitlin Clark in the end one.
Great start for the Wildcats. Wood hitting a three. She's the team leader in three-point percentage.
Super pass there from Clark inside to Sonano. She scores the. Warnock swings it to Martin. Inside, low block. Good dump inside. Sonano can't handle it. Clark, long three. Got it. Tied at 10 on the Clark three ball. Warnock with the rebound. Goes to Clark. Dribble drive. Shakes off the defender. Comes back to the right hand and scores the layup. Good steal there from Northwestern as Wood takes it away. Loud. Stolen back by Clark. She's got a falter on the run. Lobs it ahead. Gets the left-handed layup.
McKenna Marisa's 100th career start. Feed inside to Sonano for two.
Sonano steals up the line. You see Penn State trying to front, so it's not super easy look.
There's an open look for Caitlin Clark. Don't ever do that.
You can't forget the inbounder.
Time report with Naz and Justine coming up from Chicago right after this. And Clark forces a turnover on the other end. Caitlin Clark, knock it off. And you've been almost taken aback at how frequently they're doing the press, but Iowa hasn't allowed them the opportunity to do it so far today.
Well, no, because they're scoring like that as quick as possible. Here, they're forcing nearly 22 turnovers a game as Clark just gets it and she takes off to avoid the contact.
Both teams really trying to involve the post players early. Clark gets a screen, pulls up, wing triple, got it.
You cannot give Clark an inch, a centimeter of space. Threes, but meanwhile, Caitlin Clark still yet to get as hot as she's used to, but she's had a couple big shots, and one.
Skates off the front of the rim. Hawkeyes trying to weather the storm. Clark spinning, throwing up a circus shot, and one.
This is her will. Watch here as her strength just dips that left shoulder into the defense, gets her eyes locked on the rim. And
brings down the board, trying to push for Iowa. Spinning into the lane, hanging and finishing. Caitlin Clark evens things at 48. Martin with the basketball. They get it to Clark.
Ooh.
Working on Joyner. Going to the lane, spinning, fade away. Got it! Caitlin Clark.
The kick out to McMahon for the deep ball, bounces out, and the rebound by Caitlin Clark. Clark just one shot attempt early in this game, driving and kicking to her counterpart, Monica Sonano.
Coming down in transition. When she crosses half court, she recognizes that she has theory beat, and then if she gets to the basket, watch her eyes. She surveys and makes a quick decision of where she needs to get the ball. From the post game of both teams have it.
Caitlin Clark!
Well, pass shot 36% when she walks in the gym.
Yes, from the move. Clark with the steal. Caitlin Clark with the layup.
We're getting a little too fancy at the end there, but overall, nice momentum by Nebraska.
Clark, there you go. Caitlin Clark gets Iowa on the board. Made a run to the Sweet 16 last year before losing to Michigan and then transferring to Nebraska. There's Clark. That's what she does. She's hit two from deep. Great pass inside. Unable to finish. Bourne.
That was a dime, though. You said it.
Well, Shelley almost got the steal. How about Clark? Oh, she is so smooth.
It's tough to gamble against Caitlin Clark.
Clark already, Sarah, 14 points.
It is banger after banger. Around the back, deep three. Got it to go in transition. I mean, this is nasty. Look at that. He does it with such ease. Yeah, a little bit.
Diamond Miller picked up that foul early. A couple of games ago, she got into foul trouble against Michigan, fouled out.
Clark, oh yeah! Off to a hot start.
And she told us earlier that part of the reason why she grew up playing with boys.
Stolke, a local player from Cedar Rapids. Crowd into it. Miller back into the game, lost it. Here comes Clark. The flick ahead to Stolke. Beautifully done. She's right at the top with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. As Warnock turns it over. Reese, of course, the Maryland transfer. Myers gets blocked by Clark out of bounds. It's going to stay here.
See Caitlin Clark coming in from behind. That's smart. Don't get the foul call.
Maryland has done enough on the offensive end to not let Iowa run away as they've been efficient. Clark connects, plus the foul.
And one. Oof.
Clark being guarded by the freshman. Lob inside. How did that get there to Sinano?
They're guarding Marisa one-on-one, but the moment she drives, that help comes over, and Marisa's had no room to maneuver.
Clark up and under. She makes anything look easy.
Come up out of her stance, and therefore Clark has the ability to go, and then just stepping through.
5 seconds on the clock for Davis. Clark, step back, yes.
And she's done a good job stepping up into this role and learning on the fly. As a point guard in the Big Ten, you get immersed in a lot of, oh my gosh.
Behind the back. Are you kidding? Caitlin Clark.
I mean, that looked easy. Like you said, that's a high-level move, but she makes it look so simple. And going down, I mean, you gotta run like three-way jerseys at her. Ooh, behind the back. McKenna Warnock. Point guards have eyes in the back of their head. Clark didn't even see Warnock.
We had that T-shirt made up last year, and they sent me one. I was like, oh wow, that's awesome.
Caitlin Clark, her first shot of three.
How about Caitlin Clark flying around here with a cape on?
More McNeil.
That was a good, clean look.
Home run pass to Warnock, and she pays it off.
Basketball, but Caitlin Clark, the quarterback for the Hawkeyes, right up top to Warnock for the finish. And she's like, yeah, there we go.
Here is Clark. No points in the quarter. And changes that with a step back rattling down.
She knew she hadn't scored yet.
Tipped away by Clark into the front court. And Clark stops the 7-0 Indiana run.
Really active Iowa team, but really mandatory with the way they're able to score so quickly, not giving extra possessions. Caitlin Clark starts things off with the three. It was 5-0 Iowa. Forcing it up, Cassandra Brown. Still no other Scarlet Knight with the bucket except for Kayleen Schmeichel. Can't find a better post-entry pass than that. In some foul trouble, she was limited against Indiana. Clark takes it away and goes all the way. Monica Sinano, second and third respectively, all-time in Iowa career scoring. The 7th turnover for the Scarlet Knights. Clark feeding Marshall.
Basketball pass receivers, and Sarah Williams with another quick shot and a score. 12-5. Here's Caitlin Clark on the inside, pass down low to Monica Sinano. Out on the left baseline, working the perimeter. Molly Davis looking for Sinano. They skip pass, now back on top. Clark, shot from 27 and good for Caitlin Clark.
Wilkie getting out to an early start. That's her second triple of the game so far today.
Well, she started the game with that first triple. On the inside, Caitlin Clark. Nice reverse layup with the right hand and a score.
That was nasty.
Wisconsin comes up with the errant steal and now hands off the ball off the hands of Schrammick. Forward to Caitlin Clark. Bounce pass to McKenna Warnock for a layup.
Searches for what would be one of the signature wins for their NCAA tournament resume. Caitlin Clark wastes no time hitting her first shot.
The depth and the outstanding play in the Big Ten.
Caitlin Clark, another one from deep, her second three so far today.
This event for Iowa. Caitlin Clark is already moving it. She's hauling along that baseline, ready for that catch and shoot.
give herself 9 points on the afternoon, but Caitlin Clark wastes no time in answering.
I think that was about 3 seconds of time. Markowski was saying they're pulling my arm down on that shot.
Clark off the glass and good. She'll head to the line with a 3-point play.
Caitlin Clark has the ball right here, number 22 in black. She's going to turn the corner, create some contact there, and then take the hit by Markowski at the rim.
Miller misses that shot. Here comes Caitlin Clark, yet to shoot today. Didn't take long. Book it.
Mike, you can't wait.
They're the reigning Big Ten tournament champions. It's not that they don't want that this year. What they really want is a deep run in March. Clark unloads from deep. Caitlin's second three-pointer of the evening.
The rhythm on the dribble with Caitlin Clark, the bounce, the right to left cross step back every time. It is so difficult to close the gap because she's gotten so much better at getting to the rim.
She hit 9 3-pointers.
Well, and Mike, you're used to seeing Caitlin Clark all over the floor, right? With the ball, without the ball. I mean, like great scorers do, logging a lot of miles.
I think Iowa right now is feeding off it. The question is, can they sustain it as this first quarter continues to go on?
Clark, there she goes again. Yes!
You have to guard Caitlin Clark even before she crosses half court. What's that, about 26 feet? When she's going to her left and in rhythm, she's going to drain it for them to stay as attached as they can, play through Mackenzie Holmes. She needs to see the weak side.
Needs some help. Threw it away. Picked up by Clark. In transition, Marshall, yes. Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires, and it goes! She hit it! Wow!
Screen, another screen. More McNeil trying to get around, runs into Sonato, and just look at that, off balance, going to the right. Doesn't matter if everyone knows whose hands it's supposed to be in. Magic happens when magic happens, and we've seen it a lot with Caitlin Clark.
And a legendary career adds another page in the legend.
4 hours south of of Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Both teams have the same colors, so it's hard to tell who's who, but we can tell.
Deep for Laisha Petrie. And Clark pushing, and that's exactly what she does. Full head of steam for 2. She's a 26% three-point shooter this season, knocked down 2 of her attempts yesterday. None bigger than the one with 4.1 seconds left. Here's Clark off glass.
Man, that thing popped out like somebody hit it from underneath.
Caitlin Clark, what can't she do?
And Brenda Freeze said she had a loss in her family recently and was very emotional once they got here, but it was good to see her play the way that she was.
See the pressure from Miller and Sellers once she crosses half court. From Minnetonka, Caitlin Clark, another 3.
Example of what hard work and perseverance, taking Gabby Marshall out of what she wanted to do from the three-point line.
That would have been quite a play by Sellers. Couldn't quite get the spin. Caitlin Clark, that's what she does, just right up the floor.
Superwoman has entered the building. Caitlin Clark, just over half court, just pops that triple in. Look, she's like, oh, we're going to run a play. No, we're not. Calling play 22 for 3.
Both teams had double byes, so they didn't play until Friday, but still their 3rd game in as many days. Clark backs up and hits nothing but net.
Caitlin Clark's got 5 early points. You cannot give her that much space. Ohio State getting all jump shots, all perimeter contested jump shots.
Clark looking for Sonato. And sometimes she makes a pass and you're thinking there's no way that's going to connect. To go along with 27 points, 7.5 rebounds, and she does also a great job of getting to the free throw line.
Early in her career, she was trying to take the contact, shoot it off of 1 foot.
Ohio State had been starting, now coming off the bench for Coach McGuff, get some size.
Caitlin Clark, you can't give her that much space, Taylor Theory.